Hi, hello, it's Gifts and Given Geek here, or at least that's how the channel has been called. Uh, this is my deck, my Gifts deck. I will be playing it in dailies, 8-mans, 2-mans, if there will be nothing else. And I hope you'll have fun while watching my videos. What can I say about me? I have not won anything major. I've been to GP day 2 once in Prague with this deck. I played for 3 years. I think I know it quite well by now, although it can still surprise me, both with its power as well as its liabilities and difficulties it poses for the driver. Okay, so cutting to the chase. This is four-color gift control. We have, of course, Gifts and Given plus the combo cards. So first combo, Life from the Loam and Raven's Crime, which allows you to discard your opponent's whole hand, and with the use of Tectonic Edge and Urborg and Ghost Quarter, you may also deprive them of mana and close out many combos and control matches. Then we have the second combo, probably best known, Unburial Rites plus some fatty. In my case, it's Sun Titan and Ilashnorn. Well, what can I say? You just gift for up to 4 cards, and your opponent chooses 2, which he puts in the graveyard. So we tend to fetch just for 2 cards, and he has to put them in the graveyard. So you cast Gifts end of turn and reanimate Ilashnorn, Sun Titan, or Iona, which is in the sideboard. Many decks can't just overcome it. Creature decks can't usually beat Ilashnorn, and monocolored decks or even double colored 2 colors cannot beat Iona. Yeah, what's here apart from gifts? We have well, first we have Sylvan Caryatids, 4 Sylvan Caryatids, which stabilize our mana base. They give us some ramp, and well, they are just good blockers. 0-3 hexproof, can't go wrong. It used to be Deathrite Shaman, of course, but we all know what happened in Modern, this tragic day. Then we have Thragtusk, just another body to reanimate if we really need to, and a great stabilizer. And Kitchen Finks, which used to be Eternal Witness or Fulminator Mage, but since metagame on Modo is really aggressive, I find Finks just part and parcel of this deck. Okay, then we have our Disruption suite, I don't know. Well, our Disruption pack, it's Inquisition of Kozilek and Thoughtseize, which are 3-point discard spells. Of course, Raven's Crime may be used without gifts, and 4 Lilianas. I used to play 4 when Shamans were on, then I went back to 3 since turn 3 Liliana is not so good. Turn 2 Liliana is much better, and now I play 4. It's just a great card in the current meta game. One side note, you say Sylvan Caryatids, I may play Liliana second turn if I play Birds of Paradise. Yes, that's true, but there are too many bolts there, and I will rarely play Liliana turn 2. And most of the time I will just make my opponent's removal so much more effective. Whereas in this build, they have not much to do with the removal. There is Sphinx, Thragtusk, Snapcaster Mage, and 2 Fatties. Both of them, if they resolve, usually they end the game very, very quickly. And then we have removal, 2 Paths to Exile, 1 Damnation, Mass Removal, and Maelstrom Pulse, semi-mass removal. Murderous Cut, which, well, I replaced Dismember with Murderous Cut. I find it much better. Salty Charm, which apart from being a removal is good against Affinity, against any enchantment, Grave Hate, and of course is a great discard outlet. So if you draw Elesh Norn and you want to Unburial Rite it, sometimes you just pitch it. The same with Liliana's, by the way. Then we have 3 Abrupt Decays, great in the current meta. Noxious Revival in case we need a spell back, or we gift for certain cards and we want to make sure we get it. So, for example, we want to cast Seize or Path to Exile, but we have only 1 path, so we go to Noxious Revival, Snapcaster, Path to Exile, and Murderous Cut. And they have really no choice. They give us removals. Lingering Souls, good with Dredge, good with Liliana, good all around. Fine defensive card. 3 is a bit too much, but 2 is really what the deck can handle and can use. And yeah, that's it as far as main deck goes. As for our mana base, I will divide the lands into 3 categories. First, basics and shock lands. Then we have fetches, and then other utility lands. Now you may ask, why to play so many basics? It's good. You may go squatter for it if you really need to. There are targets for your for Path to Exiles, even if you path your creature yourself. And this is really another way to defend against Bloodmourn, Fulminator Mages, and Tectonic Edges. We have 4 basics. We have all 6 dual lands, shock lands. As far as fetches go, 4 Catacombs, 2 Marsh Flats, 1 Misty Rainforest, 1 Polluted Delta, just for versatility. We play 3 man lands. Tarpits are great against Planeswalkers, but they're not so great against Bolts. Whereas Stirring Wildwood catches Angels, Vendilion Cliques. It's a great blocker and does not die to a Bolt. We have Ghost Quarter and Tectonic Edge to combo with the Loam and to just deprive our opponents of mana if need be. Urborg to provide us with a lot of black mana and sometimes to let us play spells without cracking fetches. Reflecting Pool, a lot of double costs. It's just great. And Woodland Cemetery, which used to be in my deck Academy Ruins, but I found that Academy Ruins is really over the top. You win without it. I mean, it's good against tokens or John when you want to put your explosives on top, but usually it's more of a liability. At least that's what my testing told me to do. I chose Woodland Cemetery. It's usually untapped, and it's a black green land. Yeah. So that's the main deck, and as far as our sideboard goes, I prefer one-offs. They are just great in this deck. You want one-offs, just a toolbox. And what do we have here? 2 Stony Silence against Throne and Affinity. Great. Ghostly Prison against aggressive decks, and it's a great blocker against Twin, so that you don't get comboed out. Wrath of God, another mass removal to make sure you will get it when you play against some creature decks and you have to cast a mass removal spell. Iona, Shield of Emeria. Many people played main deck. I find it a bit too weak main deck. You can't usually cast it, so it's purely combo card, and I just side it in when matchup is favorable enough for Iona. Bribery, just a small thing against Throne. It feels good to take the Emrakul and just bash them. Kitchen Finks against aggro. Duress against control. Surgical Extraction to take out combo pieces. Great against Living End. Slaughter Pact, another removal spell, good against Twin and Tempo decks which try to outrace you. Golgari Charm, great card all around. A must removal against certain decks. Enchantment Hate, and sometimes you regenerate your creatures if you race. Fulminate Mage, great combo with Sun Titan, good against John's, UWRs, and Jeskai's, and any Throne matches and control matches, any land dependent matches. Nile Spellbomb, another card against Living End, which by the way is not the greatest matchup. Engineered Explosives, another piece of removal, versatile removal. And Chalice of the Void, next card which helps us with some cantrip decks, burn spells for 1, Living End for 0, and some freakish combos which depend on cheap spells. Yeah, so without further ado, I will start an 8-man. See you there.